Okay. Alright, YouTubers, I'm gonna go over some cool new things in the digs. If you notice, kind of doing something a little different right now. You're gonna experience the view of a ride on my Harley Davidson Road King. The video, I don't know if the quality is going to be good or not. It's mounted on my handlebar. It's my phone turned sideways and a ram mount. So this is the view from my 05 Harley Davidson Road King Police Edition, lovingly known as Peppermint Patty because she's awesome. Thought that I'd be able to do the audio while I recorded it through my helmet. I've got a Cena helmet. I thought maybe the Bluetooth would do the audio, but it didn't come out. All you got was the regular background noise. So I'm doing this voiceover later. So anyway, we got a cool trip planned. My wife and I were going to be taking a trip soon, and I was thinking about doing a video series where we go over all that, you know, what's involved, getting everything ready. Yesterday I already got a new rear tire put on Peppermint Patty. I was trying that out on the way home. When you get a new tire, there's always like a protective film over the rubber. So you gotta take it easy when you first start riding it. Get to wear the film off. Otherwise, it's a little slippery. And the next couple days are going to be rainy. Again, I guess spring around here is pretty wet. So I don't want to be riding around on a slippery tire in the rain. So I took a nice ride home on it yesterday. My commute's about 40 miles one way. Not too bad. Should have been enough to get all that stuff off of them tires. So anyway, so this trip. So we got to go through the logistics of it. I got to get Peppermint Patty ready for a long trip. You know, it's going to be about 600 to 800 miles there and 600 to 800 miles back. And you know, any traveling I do, you know, while I'm there, you know, I got to do some sightseeing. Gonna visit some old friends, and so we're gonna be riding up north for a while. I'm gonna try to take y'all along with me. See if I can do some quick editing and uploading and stuff while I'm at it. So you can kind of experience everything that goes on. So there's a big event up in Michigan every year. It kind of kicks off the riding season for the Northerners, and it's in May. It's called the Blessing of the Bikes. It's in Baldwin, Michigan. It's a great time. And up until 2 years ago, my wife and I, we used to go to every one of them. So this year we've got a little bit longer pilgrimage, you know. So it'll be a cool adventure, I think. So I've got to get Peppermint Patty ready. I've got to change the oil, make sure there are no fixes, nothing with anything important like my brakes or my engine or the tires, any of my major components before we take this journey. Because, you know, Peppermint Patty is a great bike, but, you know, she's 16 years old, so, you know, you gotta watch for things wearing out. Had a shift linkage finally wear out on me about a couple weeks ago. I had to replace that. Then I just did the rear tire. The front tire looks good. I'll probably need to replace it when I get back. Just getting the rear tire turned into a bit of an adventure. The tire I wanted was a Dunlop 404. Couldn't really get one guaranteed in time to me, so I ended up going with a what do they call it? A Shin. I've always called it a Shin or Shinko tire. Looks good. Half the price of the Dunlap. If it lasts half the miles that last Dunlap lasts me, I'll be happy with it. So I'm gonna try that out. I'm trying to get a GoPro to use instead of my my phone. I think that would probably get us some better video. Probably wouldn't be as shaky. I used what do you call it? A app to try to stabilize this after I recorded it. So we'll see how that looks. So anyway, I want y'all to pay attention to the videos. If you know some guys or girls that like to ride, share it with them. I'd appreciate you if you'd like my videos. But share it with your friends, that like to ride or think they might want to ride someday. And hey, if you're going to be in Baldwin in the next couple weeks for the blessing, try to look for me. I'll be on Peppermint Patty, that red and white Road King. It's got the red tinted windshield on it. Kind of stands out. It's unusual. It doesn't look like any of the other Road Kings that you see. But definitely, if you see me, say hi. I'd appreciate meeting people. And if you want to go for a ride while you're up there, hit me up. I'll definitely try to make that happen. But anyway, I'm going to try to get some footage of all the goings on. We'll be staying at a campground, and they don't have bands, but normally they'll have like DJs and stuff. It's a small campground, but it's normally a good time. It's always the same people there, so it'll be cool to see old friends that I haven't seen in a while. My wife Jennifer and I, we kind of meander through all the camps and visit, and she's more of a social butterfly than I am, believe it or not. So everybody likes talking with her, and she'll talk to anybody about just about anything. So it makes life interesting. Probably see a bunch of bikers doing funny things. I'll try to capture as much of that on film as I can without getting anybody in any trouble. I don't want to post anything online that will incriminate the innocent or not so innocent, because we all like to have a good time, and sometimes having a good time borderline's unacceptable with local law enforcement. However, we won't let that stop us. I would like to, rig up something to where I can start doing like a moto vlog, and if that sounds cool to people, comment in the comment section and say, yeah, I'd like to see more of this content, or you think this content sucks, or whatever. I know I've got kind of the homesteady thing going, and I've been doing like advice videos from the perspective of a middle-aged guy that's been through quite a bit and done quite a bit. Maybe someday I'll go into the history. I just don't feel that it's time for me to go into all my backstory yet. I prefer to do that after I get a bunch of followers, so I don't have to keep repeating myself, because that I don't don't think would be cool. Although that would be the typical old guy thing, telling the same stories over and over and over and over. And of course, you know, the family members, the people that have been around the longest have heard it like 1,000 times, and they're like, holy cow, how many times is this guy going to tell the same story? But hey, that's what it's all about, right? You know, you've got your people that have been involved in all kinds of historical events. And you need to, you know, suck the wisdom out of them old guys. Right now, believe it or not, I'm actually driving my truck. Imagine that, into work. So if you hear any other noise that doesn't sound Harley Road King-esque, it's because I'm driving in my GMC Sierra with an exhaust that's half gone in the rain. Crazy. The day I shot this video, there was all kinds of roadkill in the road. In the video you don't see it. It was more on my ride into work. I must have seen at least a half a dozen carcasses that were just splattered all over the road up here. And we'd had a full moon the night before, so I'm assuming that's why. Because normally I don't see that. So it made for an interesting ride where you're trying to avoid, you know, the piles of hamburger in the road. Kind of gross. And it was just unavoidable most of the time. So, as you can imagine, Peppermint Patty probably needs a really good bath. So I will do that probably in the next couple days. I'm not going to do it until after this rain goes away. Probably Saturday or Sunday, maybe Friday. Try to sneak it in Friday, do it, you know, at work with their power washer. That's always way easier. Make Patty look all pretty again. Get all the dirt and grime off, all the fingerprints off the white walls and stuff from getting that new tire put on. Got to pick up some different things. I want to pick up a motorcycle jack. I used to have one, but during all my moves I got rid of it because I didn't want to cart it around, and I just figured if I ever needed one I'd go out and buy one. So I guess it's time, because I need one so I can do my oil changes and regular maintenance on the bike. You know, I don't mind paying somebody to do services on my bike, but not all the time. Sometimes I like messing around with stuff myself. So yeah, I've got to do an oil change on Peppermint Patty, probably lube the cables, change the transmission fluid, change the primary fluid, go through, make sure all my connections are good, make sure everything that holds the saddlebags on, all that hardware's good, snug, maybe a lot, blue Loctite a few things. Blue Loctite is your friend. You know, aircraft nuts are your friends. You know, stuff to keep Harleys from vibrating apart. I also need to, I've got an exhaust issue. One of my exhaust pipes has developed a rattle really bad. So I've got to figure that out. I thought it was just a clamp needing to be tightened, but it's not that. The clamp's as tight as it'll go. It appears that I need some sort of gasket material or something between the head pipe and my muffler. So I'll have to figure that out. Really don't want to invest in 2 new mufflers right now. before my trip. I'd rather just go with what I got for now. Really don't like doing major surgery before you take a long trip. I'd rather do little things that are just regular maintenance, and then do a couple little shakedown rides to make sure everything's good. Do what tweaking needs to be done, and then on your morning or evening of your departure, you don't have to deal with that or think about it. You just take off and ride to your destination and enjoy your trip. Of course, they're machines and anything can happen. So if anything does happen, you'll be along for the ride, and it just makes the adventure more interesting. A lot of times that's what's kind of cool about it, you know. You meet more people, meet new people, and you got cool stories to tell. If there's no adversity during a ride or an adventure, you know, it's really not that good. Who cares? I rode there, the weather was beautiful, and I rode back. The weather was great. Nothing happened in between. Well, that kind of makes for a crappy story. So we will see what's going to happen. My buddy Tom is going to ride along with us, I think. Tom is still trying to get tires. He needs 2 tires for his bike. He needs a front and a rear, and he's having a hard time sourcing those right now. So we'll see how that goes. Because he desperately needs a tire on the back for sure, and he's due for a front one too. So he just decided to go with both. I think the front one came in, but he's still waiting on a back tire. So we will see how that goes. Anyway, I am going to let you YouTubers go right now. Stay out of trouble. Ride fast, take chances, and hey, enjoy the ride.